The hook can literally make or break your video.
You know, sometimes you might have the consistency, but you have to also keep on improving on the content that you're posting.
A lot of people start the video off super boring, low energy. The first, like I said, 1, 2, 3 seconds. What can I say to make a person stop scrolling? People have the attention span of a goldfish.
Sharif Ceasar, known as the Melanin King, is a viral content expert who grew over 6 million followers in 2 years. He now uses that same genius to help entrepreneurs stop the scroll, build trust, and create content that converts into real income.
Instagram actually came out with research that said 50% of viewers watch short form content on mute. Means you're missing an extra 50% of people if you're not adding auto caption. Short form content, that's the only con to it. They're spending 3 seconds, they're spending 30 seconds, 20 seconds. It's not enough time to build a true, genuine connection. I got affiliates that pays me upwards of $500 per lead.
What is your strategy behind going viral and making money?
So in the beginning,
all right, guys, so before we jump into the episode, just want to make a big announcement. We just launched a Motion and Success community, guys. So in this community, we're going to be giving you the game on content. Basically, how to grow your profile from 0 to 100K in under a year, as well as how to make money online, getting leads for your business, more customers, more money.
Also, for the Motion and Success podcast, one of the things that I realized, we're attracting a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, and people that are just starting up their business and they're looking to start growing their business and scaling. One of the key factors to growing a business is by borrowing capital. So now when you're going out to certain banks, there's certain things that you need to do to be able to get funding for your business, to be able to start, grow, and scale what you got going on and take things to the moon. So if you're looking to go out and start growing and scaling your business like a lot of our guests has been doing, I'm going to teach you how to go out and get access to capital, access to credit cards, lines of credit, loans, things of that nature, so that way you can start growing your business. Sometimes you might just need an extra 50,000. Sometimes it might be 100,000. But listen, check us out inside the community. Go ahead and click the link down below and book a call with us. And I'm going to see you guys inside the community. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
So welcome back to another episode of Motion and Success, man. And look, like I always say, bro, we always have great guests on. We got another quality guest. Man, listen, we in the A with this one. We right here by the Ben Stadium. And it's just been a hell of a weekend. But today we got a really special guest. And I got my co-host with me today, Cody.
Yes, sir. So listen, guys, my name is Cody Brown, and you guys are going to be tuning into another episode where we're going to be giving you straight heat, straight game, straight information that you're going to be able to use to grow your business. So listen, if you're looking at this podcast, you're going to be able to realize that we've grown a very, 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 very good amount since we started. And now we're going to be bringing on an expert that literally has grown over 2+ million followers on Instagram right now, and millions of followers across other social media platforms. So listen, if you're looking to start building an engagement online and on social media, this is going to be the episode that you want to tune into. As you guys can see, listen, we're at a restaurant, but we still had to get busy. So for our guest today, listen, bro, go ahead, introduce yourself, Sharif. Tell the people who you are. Let them know what you do, man.
yo, what's going on, y'all? My name is Sharif, aka REAL Melanin King, across almost all social media platforms. He's either the REAL Melanin King or REAL Melanin King. I grew over 6 million followers across all my platforms in 2 years, which teaches people personal finance, how to make money online, how to save money, how to build their credit, all those things. And now I also run a marketing company, right? So we help people grow and scale their social media to grow their business, right? So we've gotten some crazy testimonials helping people grow over 100K followers in a week, 100K followers in a few months, 100K followers in a month even. And I've been doing that for about 1.5 years now, right? Doing coaching, and then of course starting the marketing agency specifically a few months ago.
That's nice, man. How'd you jump start into this journey? Tell us about, your walk throughout this journey, bro.
Yeah. So when I was about the age of 12 years old, one of my cousins was telling me that, hey, you can make a lot of money with the social media stuff. And at the time, like, that concept of making money online was not as prominent as it is now. So it was like, oh, can you not? And YouTube was really the only engine that people was making money online on. That was the main thing. So people just make random videos, make money off AdSense and stuff like that. So I was intrigued by that. So I started making some videos when I was like 12 years old. I posted like a couple videos of me just talking, doing some funny random stuff. And I remember at the time, being from Africa, I used to get bullied for my skin. I used to get bullied for my accent, all those things. And I didn't want any more things for me to get bullied for. So like, oh, man, you lame. You know what I'm saying? You doing videos. So I try to hide it. And then this one girl found out in school one time. And then she was like, "Oh, I see you on YouTube. Like, oh my God, that's really impressive." I was so embarrassed. I went and wiped all my videos clean. I'm like, nah, I can't let nobody find out about this corny stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then I ain't do it no more. I was like 3 videos deep. I ain't do it no more. And then fast forward, when I was about like 15 years old, I'm like, man, at that point I had a lot more confidence. I didn't care what nobody thought at that point. I'm like, I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm seeing you can make money off this stuff, and it's fun too. So let me do it. And like I said, got back on YouTube, started doing content. A few months go by, start making a little bit of extra money, doing a few $100s, nothing crazy. Use that money to went and bought a designer belt, all types of stuff like that, blow my money. And was intrigued by that. That was like kind of like the journey of getting some growth. Then I kind of stopped it again because it wasn't nothing too crazy. And then started again when I was 21. I'm like, you know what, let me actually take this content serious, because I was able to grow like 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a lot for that age, because I was literally like 16, 17 years old in high school. And I'm like, okay, it's harder to grow on YouTube. So if I was able to grow even 4,000 on YouTube, I should be able to grow at least 100K or so on short form, because it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I just use the same exact information, start learning new things cater towards short form. And then everything exploded. First 2 months, grew 100K followers, completely from scratch, from zero. So
That's good stuff, bro.
I appreciate it.
Nah, bro, that's an amazing backstory, bro, and I really could relate. Especially I was born out here, but definitely know the dark skin jokes.
Oh yeah,
that one you really had to have thick skin for. You know what I mean? And then especially when it came to content too, I also relate to that because I'm in the podcasting space.
100%.
We're putting out content, and at some point I was all in my head too, like, damn, I don't want people to see this.
Exactly.
Like I don't want to see people, see this side of my personality, because I was always like a low key guy. But then I later got out of that thought because I realized like the power of content and things like that.
100%.
But I do gotta mention too, like, your videos are almost everywhere. Like I still remember, like, just, I don't know, you like on the TikTok algorithm, like, you're killing it.
I appreciate it.
And what's crazy is that your videos are so like engaging. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna break down the science, but it's like as soon as you jump on it, it's like straight to the game. And you're not even doing nothing like super, like no crazy edits, nothing really too fancy. But people are getting the information, and you're getting millions and millions of views, bro. So I definitely want to know, like, how, like what are some things that you do when you put out content? Like, especially you're doing a lot of things where you're just talking to the camera, like you're
100%.
pretty much selfie mode, and you're talking to the camera and you're giving out game. Like what are the science that goes behind that?
Yeah, so I like how you said as soon as the video starts, you're engaged, right? Because that's the secret right there. The first 1 to 3 seconds, right? I always prioritize the hook. I'm learning new ways to make the hooks better, whether that's a verbal hook or visual hook, or guess what? Stack them on top of each other. So you got the verbal hook and the visual hook. I'm learning human psychology, what makes people do certain things, right? So it's like hand gestures. I start adding hand gestures because I know it distracts the mind as soon as, like, so I'm like, I'll start doing all of this in my videos, and people are like, bro, what is the man doing? But guess what? I'm up 10 million on this video. I'm up 20 mil, 50 mil organically, right? Because I know what I'm doing. I'm breaking down the science, researching human psychology, even the colors. Like, I'm playing around with the colors. Like, I might do red. I do a lot of red. Guess what? I even got a red sweater just like that one, because I started noticing, okay, what can I do to grab attention within those few seconds? So I started wearing red, right? And then the red is a bright color. It stops people from scrolling. So I started wearing red in all my videos. I just kept going crazy. And of course, you got the do-rag on. But I just focused on the first 1 to 3 seconds of the video first, because that will make or break the video. I like how, once again, you said it stops you from scrolling, because of the fact that, like, the hook can literally make or break your video. Case in point, one time I did a video, and the video got 30,000 views. And for me, I'm like, okay, this didn't crack, right? Like, what's going on? What am I missing here, right? And I'm like, you know what? The video script is good. Let me just remake this hook, right? So I just remade the hook and just did the same exact video again. Or sometimes what I do, I'll remake the hook and I'll chop up the old video and just put it right there. I dropped the video. The first week it did 1 mil. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I remade the video again, switched the hook. Second week, the second video did 3.4 million. I'm like, okay, cool, let me try it again. Remade the hook again. And then it got 12 million views, right, on TikTok alone. Then I reposted onto Instagram, got 25 million views of that same exact video. And that's all organic. and all I did was just focus on the hook. So a lot of people start the video off super boring, low energy, no hand gestures, no nothing, right? I don't focus on the editing itself. I focus on what I can control in that video, which is my hand gestures, how I'm talking, the energy I'm coming, and the first, like I said, 1, 2, 3 seconds. What can I say to make a person stop scrolling? I don't start off ever with, hey guys, so welcome back to anything of that sort, because short form content is not the same as long form content. Yeah. Podcasts, YouTube videos, that works. Short form content, grab my attention within the first couple seconds. People have the attention span of a goldfish. So if you start off, hey guys, guess what? They don't care about you. They're gone. So stop thinking people care about you and get straight into the information. So I'm like, yo, what can I want to give you the most amount of information as possible, as quickly as possible. If I can take out filler words, filler things that does not add on to the point of the video, hey guys, that does not add any benefit to the video at all. So that's gone. So I get straight to the point, and I make sure to, once again, use hand gestures, hand motions and stuff like that, just to keep the eyes moving. And then bright colors, bright clothing to make sure that people are stopped scrolling. And then I always try to hit pain points in the beginning or start off with a negative hook, right? So telling people what to stop doing. People would rather be told what to not be doing than what to be doing, right? So like, don't do this instead. Okay, I'm doing this already. I need to stop doing this and let me get that. So I end up coming up with a hook about 2023 or so. Like, do not ever do this, that. Like, so many people run. I'm sure y'all done heard that. Do not hook, right? It ran up. I probably generated over 1 billion views off that video, off that concept alone. Just off that alone, like just across. When I was using it, other people was using it. Without a shadow of a doubt, if we're adding people using that too, it generated over 1 billion views without a shadow of a doubt in a few years. But yeah, that's one of the things I start off with. If you do want to ever let people know your name in your videos, I either have it at the end, you know, my tagline, or I simply follow the REAL Melanin King or something like that. But one thing you can do, start your video off the hook first 1 to 3 seconds. That's key for short form. For long form, it's the first 1 to 30 seconds. So you got a little bit more wiggle room. And as soon as I do my hook, I sometimes, depending on the type of video I'm making, I can follow up with an interest peak. You familiar with an interest peak?
No.
An interest peak is what can I say to pique their interest. For example, say my hook was 5 banks you can go to right now to get access to $100,000 in funding, something like that, or five ways to delete negative accounts from credit reports, something of that sort, right? Yes, in the credit space, for example, my interest peak could be the last one is the best, right? Because it makes them want to stick around to the end of the video. Mm-hmm. The algorithm prioritizes one thing. This is the secret to going viral. Make people watch the video from beginning to end. Simple as that. However you got to do that, if somebody can watch a video from beginning to end, you get 100% retention. Even better, if they can rewatch it, that's 200%, 300% retention. And guess what? It's how I stack it. If I'm doing a listicle style video, something like listing something off, I will start off the hook. The last one is the best. So my hook, my interest peak, give the information, the value, and at the very end, I hit them with check the comments down below. What is that doing? It recycles the video, because the video will recycle, and they're in the comment section scrolling while my video's in the background looping over and over again. I get 6 views. Guess what? The algorithm, like, oh, they must love this video, but really I'm just tricking the algorithm. So that's one of my strategies if I was doing like a listicle style video. But if it was like a different video and it wasn't list based, I can't say the last one is the best. You can follow up your interest peak with your accolades. So, okay, my name is X, Y, and Z. I've helped over X amount of people do this, you know. Then it's like you grab the attention, now you can say your name. So those are, I can babble on a little bit about it like all day, but you know, I'm gonna give it a chance, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick. I was gonna say, bro, that definitely that's a lot of game right there. And you know, it definitely reminds me of, you know, how fast we was able to grow. You know, you mentioned 100%. Short form content. And one of the things that stood out about our podcast compared to a lot of people's podcasts is that we mastered a little bit the art of short form content. And a lot of things you mentioned is things that we implement with our podcast. See, a lot of times our podcast is an hour long, maybe an hour and 30 long, but we're very selective with the clips that we 100%. Pick out. And when it comes to delivering that content, we tend to put the most fascinating parts in the beginning. So it could 100%. Be a minute clip, but it could be that middle part that's the best part. That'll go in the beginning, and then the full video will start. So that short form art is like super key. I did want to
Without a
ask
shadow of a doubt.
before Cody, asked this question was on the entrepreneur side, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they making millions of dollars, they're getting a whole bunch of money, and they're doing things their way to get their customers. But if you go online on social media, I'm pretty sure you'll reach more people. What is your strategy behind getting because a lot of them they don't feel comfortable behind the camera. They struggle with talking heads. Everybody has their own personality and things like that. So what are some of your strategies to take that entrepreneur from being that camera shy entrepreneur who with a boring page to someone who's now an expert in their field?
I'll say buy my course. That's what I'll say. Nah, I'm messing with that. I'm just playing. Like honestly, what I'll say is, I'm gonna ask them this question, right? Because some people's like, oh, I don't want to show my face. I'm like, I don't think it's for me. I'm like, all right, let me ask you this question. If I told you, hey, post a video every single day for the next 90 days, and I'll give you $100,000, would you do it? Right?
Yeah.
Everybody always say yes. That proves the point, right? That you're thinking way too much. And it's like, yo, you're just making excuses, because if you knew you was guaranteed a certain amount of income, you would do it. So why wouldn't you do it for yourself and take that chance? Because that's what can happen. One single video could be a lottery ticket. It could completely change your life, right? Content is a lottery ticket. Every single time you pull in tickets, right? One of them can change your life completely. So what I need to do is, first you have to understand, hey, there's no issue with posting, right? There's like, if you think, oh, like, I don't want to show my face, everything like that, it's just excuses. Like, a lot of people tell me all the time, I don't show my face. Like, once again, use that example. If I gave you $100,000 to post for X amount of time, you would do it without a shadow of a doubt, first of all. All right. Now, the next thing I would say is they need to start doing content research. Start researching on YouTube University. I learned a lot of my information from YouTube University. YouTube can help you with tremendous amount of things. You can learn about lighting. You can learn about different structure of content, and then also start doing market research. I promise you, if you start looking at the content that other people are producing in your industry, you're like, yo, what? This is so basic, right? Yeah. So that's where I always start a lot of my students, like, let's do some market research, right? Let's search it up. You think this is so difficult, right? You're doing the wrong content. That's why you're discouraged, because it's not hidden, right? So some people, they be like, oh, I don't want to do it because their content's already not performing. Do market research. That's where you should start off. Look at the top people in your industry. Search it up. I always say do market research on TikTok specifically, because it's the best algorithm for short form content, right? So Instagram is dialed in, but not as dialed in as TikTok though. So if you look on TikTok, you search on a podcast, whatever the case may be, do market research, and you get a lot, because it's like the SEO is way better, right? That stands for search engine optimization for people who don't know. So look on TikTok. So start doing market research on TikTok. Look at competitors. If you start seeing the content they're doing, it's gonna boost up your confidence. You're like, yo, what? This is it? Because it's so basic. It's not anything crazy. It's gonna encourage you to, okay, let me actually start doing some of this content. And the style that they're using, use that, because that's already proven to work. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to think about the most unique thing. You're literally gonna prolong you actually doing the content, because you're gonna come up with something unique. It's hard to come up with something unique every single time. What did I say? When I start doing my content, the ideas just start coming up in my head, right? The unique ideas is gonna let it come subconsciously. Don't force it. Start doing market research. Start doing what's already working, and the ideas, the unique ones, is gonna come to your head. That's what you gotta start doing.
That's good. That's good. I mean, just getting out there and really doing it, because most important thing is, sometimes you might have the consistency, but you have to also keep on improving on the content that you're posting. Like, all right, cool, the people not liking this. Let me change this up a little bit. All right, cool, they're liking this. Let me do this a little bit more often. And that's how we was able to, can pretty much just continuously grow on social media. Adding little things like B-rolls, adding little sounds on there, making sure that, the video is starting off with the actual point, the hook that's going to capture their attention. So that way it's like, all right, cool, you're posting so many times, but it's actually amounting to something.
100%.
Some be like, it's day 100 of this or day 5,000 of this, but the content hasn't improved for a year. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Nah, 100%. 100%.
So I wanted to circle back to this question. So now, how can, entrepreneurs use ChatGPT or even AI to be able to start creating good content online? Like, as far as scripting, hooks, all of that good stuff.
So ChatGPT is not the best at giving good scripts, right? It can give you ideas, but it's still robotic. It still don't sound like an actual person, right? You can, dial it in. The more you train it, the more personal it's gonna get. But what I would say is you can start off by having ChatGPT give you all of the top performing or all the top SEO keywords and key search topics that people are searching up in your niche, right? Prime example, you can search up, if you can search up like on ChatGPT, give me a list of 50 search topics that people search in X industry, right? And then you copy those, then you paste it onto TikTok, and then look at the content from there, right? That's the best way to use ChatGPT because ChatGPT is going to give you scripts based on Google and things like that, right? We want to make content that's optimized for short form content. What's the best way to do that? I get the ideas, the things that people are searching up is already getting a lot of high search volumes, and I search it up on a short form content platform itself. And it's going to show me the top performing content in that niche. And guess what? I can learn from there, right? But they also have plugins on ChatGPT. If you can type in script writers, go in ChatGPT, go to GPT plugins, type in script writers. It's going to give you a bunch of dialed in AI bots that's way better at giving you scripts than ChatGPT. Don't use ChatGPT itself. Instead, do that.
Okay. All right, cool. If y'all ain't catch it, that's how you'll craft a video. Don't do this, but do that instead.
Yeah, oh God.
So we hook that as a hook, and the next thing you know, we get the whole piece of content.
I can clip this right here. Do not use ChatGPT to script your videos. Instead, do this. Boom. That's the hook right there. Boom. Clip that at the beginning.
When y'all see it, when you see it, you're going to see it. Okay. All right, cool. So that's good. So now, you got a question before I get into one?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So I was going to say, people get millions of views. Like, pretty sure, like, you met a lot of creators who they get millions of views, but they ain't making no real money. You know what I mean? Like, it's some people who are really good on that engagement side. Like, they are really creative, 100%. But you look at their videos and it's just entertaining content, but it's not really getting them paid, or they're getting paid from maybe $300 from TikTok a month. So what is your strategy behind going viral and making money? Like, you're getting 10 million views, 20 million views. Like, what is your strategy behind making money on that piece of content beyond the platform paying you? I'm pretty sure you probably did get millions of views at some point, and you
wasn't
probably
making money.
You probably wasn't making money.
Yeah. So yeah, to answer that question, so in the beginning, when I was like, honestly, when I started getting a lot of views, I was making money. Like, I hit my first 10K month within 6 months. And 30K month on that 7th month.
And that was
and that was literally through sponsorships and affiliates, right? Which I'm gonna get into that. But the thing was, though, I was not making as much money as I should have with the amount of followers that I had, the amount of views I was collecting. And this is exactly what you need to do. If you're starting content, make content about something you can help somebody with, right? So that's one of the easiest ways. If you're helping somebody with a problem, you can easily make money off that, because guess what? Your product and service can be the solution to that problem. Right, so they might get some free game how to solve it on a regular basis and stuff like that. They want more in-depth knowledge on the topic at hand. They can tap in with you either through the form of community. Communities are absolutely insane right now. Build a community on School, on WAP, on Circle. Build a community around the thing that you're passionate about and you want to help people with. So the content, the top of funnel content, is educating people on a specific topic, and then from there, you push people to your free product or service. So whether that's an ebook, educating people on how to do the thing that you want them to do and how to actually get results on doing that thing, and use that to nurture them. So that's going to build that trust. Like, okay, you gave me free value here, and then boom, you push me to something else that's giving me free value. Guess what? You have the emails now. So you can always do an email blast, SMS as well, to get those people into your ecosystem, whether that's your paid school community or whatever the product and service, push them to book a call, one-on-one coaching, whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna kind of break down some different income streams that people can have. So
to get those people to, or to know that they want something from you, like, are you making them comment a keyword on every video?
So yeah, the keyword, of course, triggered by the CTA, which is the call to action, the call for that person to take action on the thing you want them to do. Whether the call to action could be to follow, to share, to like, whatever the case may be. When you're telling somebody to do something, that's a call to action because you want them to take action. So the action you want them to do is to comment a single keyword. The thing that happens when they comment that keyword is now you have the person who's interested in that product or service or in getting more help in the thing you talked about in the video. So then you can actually set up back-end automations. You can use Go High Level, you can use ManyChat, you can use Stand Store, and then these softwares can send an automatic DM or an invite to that person to actually start a conversation. They can send a link directly to that person. They can click it and then go from there. Everything's taken care of itself. And then this can act as an AI chatbot to go back and forth with that person and keep talking. So yes, they comment a keyword. Say for example, you click on your podcast. Like if you want to see the full video, comment pod. Something of that sort. The ManyChat, guess what? You get way more views instead of just relying on people to just search up the podcast. You get a link directly to the DMs, right? That's something else you can do as well too. That works if you have a TikTok business account. You can do it on TikTok, but I don't think TikTok you can send a clickable link. But on it works for Facebook. If you have the business profile on God, and also if you on Instagram. Instagram is the most lucrative when it comes to that, and it works the best on there. But for creating a stream of income, I would say like what you want to do is give them the free product or service and then sell them on something. Because if you just try to sell them directly in DMs, people are not looking to be sold or anything. So that would be one stream of income, whether that's through one-on-one mentorship, coaching, or community. You could do it like that to monetize your audience. Another thing you could do is affiliates. Partner with companies that gives a product and service that can benefit your audience. You just want to help your audience. If you're looking to help people, you can make an infinite amount of money. That is the best way to make money online, by helping people solve their problems. You become a problem solver, you can make an infinite amount of money. I will be honest with you. So whether that's through a digital product, like course community, or a physical product. For example, if you are in the fitness space and then you sell some type of blending kit that they can use at home, or some type of herbs they can use at home to heal their bodies and stuff like that. It's like that could be a more physical product, or it could be a digital product, an ebook on what to do at home remedies and workouts they can do at the gym. That is something that people will want to purchase because they trust you, because you're educating them on the topic at hand and they trust you. And then you give them something free, they trust you even more. When you give people free things, they feel like they owe you, right? And it lets them get a sample of the thing that you have to offer. Like, oh, this free thing is this good. What if I paid for it? Prime example, when I first started my community, I'll push people to a free community. They'll watch my courses, go use the information, get results, and come back and pay me. Because they're like, okay, if I got this information and I got results from this free stuff, what happens if I pay this dude? You see what I'm saying? I knew that was working because I literally will interview people. What made you purchase? Like, oh, I used the free stuff and it worked. So I'm like, I gotta pay you now. Okay. If you go to the mall, what they do, they give you a free sample. Here's a free sample of this. Then you taste it. Hold on, let me buy a whole batch. You know what I'm saying? That's the free sample right there. But to kind of just fast track on a few different income streams, I currently have about 9 different income streams, and I monetize all of them from social media. So first, it can be affiliate marketing, selling digital products, sponsorships, because as you're growing a brand on a specific topic, brands want to sponsor you. They want to get in front of your audience, get those eyeballs to sell their product and service, or build more brand awareness. So they will pay you. Let's say my first sponsor was $1,000, right, for a 30-second post, right? I was working my 9 to 5. I quit right after that. I'm like, yo, what? You got $1,000 for a video? I'm gone.
Oh man,
I was like, I'm making $1,000 a week. I mean, I was making $1,000 every 2 weeks. I just got that for a 30-second post. I best believe I'm gone. So that's another way they can monetize, or like I said, affiliate marketing, promoting a product or service, and then you get a commission on the back end.
Yeah. So now, question. So now, in your case, we've got a podcast, and I see, a lot of times is you're posting a lot of different pieces of content that is sponsored by different, whether it may be like a insurance brokerage, like a car insurance, or home insurance. Yeah. All of those. I actually saved one of them links. I'm like, shit, this is a new company. I ain't never hear about this one.
Yeah.
How do we find, or how do those brands find us when it comes to getting those sponsorships and brand deals?
When it comes to getting affiliate products and services, that's super easy. This is exactly what I want them to do. Search up affiliate network. Search up a niche and search up affiliate network. Go to Google, search up the niche and search up affiliate network after it. And what an affiliate network is a company that will give you a list of different companies that you can promote to your audience to get a commission. So one of my favorite ones that I like to use is Impact or Partner Stack. They got Share or Sell. These are called affiliate networks. You go to these websites, you can actually partner with a bunch of different companies they already affiliated with, and they will give you a commission every single time you get either a sale, a click on their website, or even a download for their apps. They might give you $5, $20, $30, $50. I got affiliates that pays me upwards of $500 per lead.
$500 per. When you say lead, somebody that puts their name.
Somebody that put their
and email.
name, exactly.
That's it.
That's it.
They still around? They're still around.
They're still around.
Which
I don't
company?
know if I might push y'all on. I don't know them yet. I can't give them that information.
Sheesh.
There's some back end stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can give it to them.
Okay. Just to opt in. All right,
Yeah,
cool,
just to opt
cool,
in.
cool, cool. So we definitely gonna figure out that. But for when it comes to growing your content and getting better, like how about the AI tools? We're in 2025. How's the AI tools? To be able to start using that to be able to start editing your content. One of the apps that we got familiar with not too long ago to cook up like recap videos was CapCut. You put in a whole bunch of little clips and it'll generate a bunch of recap videos that you can just choose from. What's some AI tools that you've been seeing that's working to make people's lives and creating content much easier?
Yeah, I want to touch on what you just mentioned, which is CapCut. CapCut is one of the best things you can utilize if you're starting out content. They have every single thing you need when it comes to like actually putting teleprompters on screen for your videos, when it comes to actually helping you edit your videos as a complete beginner. They do about 70% of the work if you know how to use it. First thing you want to do, you want to import your video into CapCut, and then you want to hit edit, then transcription-based editing, and it'll have something that says remove filler words. Once you hit that, it's going to do about 70% of the cutting in your videos, which is one of the most important things. When I talked about retention editing, it does about 70%, you do the other 30%. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to add auto captions. Instagram actually came out with research that said 50% of viewers watch short form content on mute. Means you're missing an extra 50% of people if you're not adding auto caption. Once again, with CapCut, you hit text, you hit auto caption, generate, boom. With a few simple clicks, you literally have your videos edited and videos transcriptions on the entire video. Mm-hmm. So once you utilize that, you have a video ready. You can start posting online, adding your visual hooks. So that's CapCut. CapCut is one of the ones I use. Another one that I like to use is submagic.co. It's very similar to CapCut. It does a little bit more editing for you.
Do you have an app?
I don't know if they have an app, but it's a website.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a website. Submagic.co. They need to sponsor me. CapCut too. And another one is, of course, we talked about ChatGPT for the scripting, the videos. But I mean, when it comes to like editing the video, the main one I use is CapCut. I can't really think of any other ones that I use for editing the video. But CapCut, like that's all they really need, honestly. Like CapCut does everything.
Okay.
So I did want to ask you too, based on your experience posting content, do you feel like the algorithm online, like in a way, prevents certain type of content from being pushed out? Like, it's times when, I done post certain videos and they don't, it's a good video, but it probably get pushed harder on one platform than the other. Is there any things or any topics that you stay away from in terms of content and, things that the algorithm might not want you to see?
For example, racism. Like racism, black and white conversations. Those one platform will push it, another platform will push it.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, that's the thing. It's just all about their restrictions and what they're okay with pushing to the viewers and stuff like that. TikTok is a lot more sensitive typically to a lot of those things, talking about certain things. You mentioned like racism, like any like political stuff. They don't typically like that. You can get away with that on Instagram and other platforms and stuff like that. But as far as topics, I mean, I talk about personal finance, so it's not really things I touch away from. But I don't talk about crypto or risky investments, right? I don't talk too much about investing because they used to. My account got taken down for talking about investments too much one time. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, I don't even touch on investments, crypto, anything of that sort. And there's a lot of fake accounts of me that sell people on crypto. So I'm like, my audience would get fooled by it easier if I was talking about crypto. So I don't talk about crypto when it comes to mine. I don't cuss on my stuff because, of course, I want to stay on brand. I don't be cussing on account anyway. But even if I wanted to, I don't typically do it. I've done it one video, but TikTok, they push it down. It don't usually pop off when I cuss on my TikTok or something like that too. And I don't want that brand out there anyway. But it's usually controversial topics about like certain things and like the language you're using sometimes. But the thing about that is that though, if you start your account from like that and you just keep still pushing it, you're good. Like you're typically good. If you literally just keep pushing your content like that, and that's how you start off a video cussing and stuff like that, you could, once you crack the algorithm, they already know you to do that, and they're not gonna flag your videos. So that happens a lot. There's people cuss up a storm on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, it's like they grew their brand like that, so it's okay.
That's
just how the AI works.
That is true. It's 2025 and streaming has now become like crazy big. Like, and what I'm noticing the streamers are doing is they're really utilizing TikTok a lot.
1 billion%.
Clips. Like you going, like I think TikTok is probably 90% stream clips, like just all in the algorithm, and it's helping a lot of new streamers blow up. So, what are your thoughts on streaming? Do you plan on entering that space at all?
Yeah, streaming is definitely one of the new waves. Streaming has been around for years. Like I was streaming video games when I was a kid, but you know, just trying to do different forms of content. So it's been around, but now you got guys like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, IShowSpeed that absolutely took over the space and absolutely blew it up. And now they teach people and tell people, hey, or even guys like DDG too, they teach people, hey, clip up your content, because it's like it's so much organic pull that is just like, why are you not doing it? If you want to grow, like it's way harder to grow any type of long form because the retention, I mean the people's attention is so effed up. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? People's attention is so messed up that they need that little clip, like, oh, like this is so good, I need to watch the full version. If you drop just the full version, you're not interested on a regular basis. But that short clip, it's like, like I need more of this. And that's what, you know, so it's like streaming builds so much trust with the audience. I recommend everybody either hop onto YouTube or streaming, because of the fact that you build such a connection with the audience that it builds a cult-like following who's willing to do pretty much anything you want them to do and be there whenever you need them to. You do an in-person event, they're there. You know what I'm saying? They're your diehard fans simply because of the fact that they spend way more time with you, right? Short form content, that's the only con to it. They're spending 3 seconds with you. They're spending 30 seconds, 20 seconds. It's not enough time to build a true, genuine connection. So you can funnel them to a long form YouTube video or streaming, asking question. They're showing personality, because the thing that streaming is doing is combating the trust deficit we're in right now. What I mean by trust deficit is that there's so much AI and fake stuff that people don't know what's real. Subconsciously, they're seeing it. They don't know what's real. But when they're streaming, it's live, it's raw, it's organic. Like guys like Kai Cenat, how he blew up was being the most raw, organic thing. Do you know what Kai Cenat did?
He had a rat.
Exactly, right? Like, like a rat or a roach ran. It was just so raw. He was so embarrassed, and people just thought it was so funny. They clipped it up on short form content. People seen just that clip itself and start flooding his accounts and stuff like that. So it was just so raw, organic. That's what people love reality TV. It's just people want raw, organic stuff. Streaming does that. And I do feel like if you don't add YouTube or at least streaming onto your pool of things or different styles of content you're doing, you're gonna get left behind.
Yeah. So as an expert when it comes to, posting up content online, understanding how to be able to make millions of views on a video, how do you think dudes like Ashton Hall, how do you think he took off? Like, why do you think he took off so fast?
Well, first of all, he has some interesting morning routines that people was like not agreeing with. Oh, you don't do this, you know what I'm saying? So what he did was he created an ecosystem where people could just debate back and forth by each other whether he was actually doing that thing or whether he was not. And then there was this micro little thing that he did that just turned it up. What he started doing was he realized that, okay, because y'all recognize he was putting the time he was doing things.
Yeah.
Do y'all recall whenever he would jump or do something in the air or something like that, so he would switch the time. Guess what? The comments would be flooded. There's a comment that got 50,000 likes for him saying, bro was in the air for 5 minutes. Bro hop is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that that was something he purposely did. That's micro engagement hacking. So he was engaged in hacking his audience. So he would trick people like doing little things like that to get people to comment, reply, and then share the video like, oh, and then people was clipping those up and then making fun of him.
Yeah.
And it just became he became a laughing stock, but people low-key actually like the content. And it's those little things that he added to his video that made it that much more different. Because he's not the first person to do that. He's not the first person. He's not the last person. A lot of people do those morning routines. His was a little bit more extreme, and he added a little bit of personality to it, made it a little bit funny. It made a trendy thing that people was clipping up and then, dropping it all over. And then once it became a trend, it just kept creating this domino effect because everybody was making fun of him, and he was rolling dough. He was making money. He was absolutely blowing up. Yeah. And now he even do skit now. That's what it's not even morning routine. He's doing a bunch of skits, and they're making it a little bit funny. You know what I'm saying? So that's what ended up
interesting.
Yeah, blew it up.
Okay, and then also when it comes to online entrepreneurs or even entrepreneurs in general, business owners that are looking to grow a business, how important you think is podcasting for entrepreneurs to have in their business model?
I would say podcasting is very important. I'm actually even about to start a podcast myself because it builds so much trust with your audience. Once again, we are in a trust deficit. People don't know who to trust. When you're sitting down, interviewing other people, you're being your raw, genuine self and just giving people as much information and spending an hour with the people. Once again, short form content, you spend 30 seconds versus an hour. Who would I trust more if I want to buy a product or service, if I want to see in person? The person I'm always watching for an hour, or the person I watch seen for 30 seconds. Like literally, they're seeing for 30 seconds, right? So it's very important, especially if you're selling a product or service, because of the fact that it just builds that much trust. Like that's all it is. When you're selling a product or service, do I trust you? Do I think you're the right person? It gives you an opportunity to break down how to do the thing you're teaching on your short form and go a lot more in depth with it, and they get to spend a lot more time with you. So if you're not at least doing podcasts, you should at least be doing regular long form YouTube videos to build a lot more trust. Your top of funnel content can be short form to a long form video. Once again, building a lot more trust with your audience.
Nah, that right there, bro, is a lot of game, because a lot of people too, they coming on podcasts, and it's like an hour long. But a lot of times, what I'm realizing is people are clicking those links in the description. By the end of the video, they want to learn from this person. Especially if you come on and you flame the pod. Now it's like, they built that trust with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you're starting your podcast, man.
For sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it is. What is it going to be themed around?
It's entrepreneurship and business. Yeah. My stream is going to be about really lifestyle, giving information about. I don't know if I said it. I'm going to be streaming too. Yeah. I'm every form of content, I'm there.
Damn.
They doing it, I'm there. I'm going to be streaming. I did my first stream already. But it's going to be like lifestyle, entrepreneurship and stuff like that. I just want to keep the brand the same exact thing. And the thing about podcasts, because there was a research that was also done that says for a person to trust you, it takes 7 hours. How many short form videos do they got to watch to get 7 hours of content versus how many podcasts do they have to watch to get 7 hours of content? 7 podcasts. You see what I'm saying? So it builds that trust way quicker than them 30-second videos, which is why every entrepreneur should 100% add podcasting or long form content into their database and start doing that.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we got to wrap up. I did want to jump into your agency business. Especially out here, I see you're tapped in with a lot of the entrepreneurs out here. You're helping them cook up their content. So what is the business model behind that? Because I honestly know it comes with a lot, especially on the fulfillment side. I was talking to you off camera about it. So I definitely want to know how you handling that, how you able to fulfill on it, and how's it crafting that offer?
So the agency is done for you scripting, editing, and posting. Right? It's about a few months old, so we're still working on the kinks. It's not perfect, but I'll break down how we do it. So the first thing happened is we doing VSL funnel. So people go to the VSL, watch a little 3-minute VSL, book a call. As soon as they book a call, they get sent my YouTube playlist to watch a bunch of videos that breaks down my philosophy on content, giving a bunch of information, and then see a bunch of testimonials so they can build that trust factor. When they hop on a call, once they close, they hop on an onboarding call. So they, as soon as they close, they purchase, they redirect to a contract. Once they sign a contract, it triggers an automation through Zapier, and they actually get an onboarding call, right? So they get an onboarding call, emails to them, and they also get a Slack channel created on Slack, right? You familiar with Slack?
Yeah.
All right, so they get a Slack channel created. Once they join the Slack channel, the the onboarding person, CSM, will go through with them. The CSM lead, I should say, the CSM lead will go in there and start communicating with them. Like, hey, have you booked their call? If not, make sure they book that call. And they hop on a call. The CSM walks them through exactly what they need to do. When they record the content, where they need to drop the video at, the raw video, so we can actually get those edited. So the process would be, they give us their niche, we get the niche and everything all on that onboarding call. They fill out the onboarding doc there. And then once we get that information, we start cooking up the scripts and everything of that sort. So they're gonna send over a couple of B-roll videos. We do a lot of B-roll content as well too. And then we're gonna drop in their personal drive, their Google Drive, their talking head scripts, right? Everything they need to do, say on camera. And they also get a drive that explains how to set up their lighting, how to set up like the microphones, what items they need to purchase, and how to record each style of content. Okay, this is where you need to be placed at in this section of the video. This is how you should move your hands. Some basic stuff so they can actually record the content right. And then once they record that, they get that over, they drop it in a drive, and you have automation that sends us a notification that this person has sent over their raw content. We get it, edit it from our, we get our editors on it, and they send it back to that person. They get a notification, email notification, and then they go from there. And then we start posting the content. Once it's approved, everything is approved, because we get it edited. Once it's approved, then we post it in their content. And on that onboarding call, so we get their account login as well too, and then we get in there. Or we do shared access. That's a new feature that Instagram has. We do shared access, where somebody, all you got to do is literally just get their username, or they have to, like, we have an agency account. They give access to our agency account, just another Instagram. All you need is just the username. They send it to them, approve it, and they can control what the person has access to. And it's literally directly integrated with Instagram. It makes it so much more simpler to get access to that account, and then we get to posting. And every single time we get the video, we send the scripts, they approve it, they send the videos, and then just repeat, rinse and repeat, and then that's how we do it.
That's perfect, because like these entrepreneurs, man, they have money, so most of them are looking to save time. So that right there is definitely gonna save them a bunch of time, 100%. And I'm pretty sure they're getting results with it. But on the editing side, like how are you able to find editors that can handle that workload?
Yeah, so I don't tell people this unless they're in my community, but I'll put you on. All right, I mess with them, so I got y'all. So peep this. So all you gotta do is search up editing on Instagram. This one you do want to do on Instagram. Go on Instagram, search up editing, and you want to find people who are teaching people tutorials on how to edit with a lot of followers, at least 100K followers. Once you find a person with 100K followers that's showing people how to edit, guess what? All the people that follows them are editors or people who wants to learn how to edit. So what I do is I go in the comment section and I start DMing all the people that's commenting on there. What I'll do, I hit their profile and I can see their whole entire resume. They literally have clips of them editing, show me exactly what their work looks like. And I'll be like, hey, how much to edit? They tell me the price. I'm like, actually, I want a bulk order. I need it for $1, $2, $3, $5 max, right? And so I'm giving them. Like, I'm literally getting editors for $5 to edit 500 videos a video. So it's like, I need 500 videos, so I'm paying you, $5 per video. They're like, oh yeah, because they want bulk order. Because these people, they're either learn how to edit their videos now, they know how to do it, but they're not marketing themselves on Fiverr, Upwork. They're not taxing, and they don't got to worry about the fees on those platforms. I'm hitting them directly. I see their resume. I see they're good. And guess what? I'm like, I need a sample video for free. They do the sample video. If it works, it aligns. Guess what? We get to working. And I bring them on board in Slack and start editing clients' videos. So that's how I find the most cheapest, most affordable ways to get editors at a dirt cheap price. Like, it's like, and they're good quality editors as well too.
Yeah, that's shit. No, that's game, man. I appreciate you for sharing that on the platform. Like we tell every guest, man, when you come on Motion to Success, you can't gatekeep, bro.
100%.
Got to give out the game. But this is a really good one. Appreciate you for pulling up,
sure,
bro.
100%. I appreciate it.
Pretty sure people they're gonna learn a lot. They're gonna learn a lot from this, man.
Yeah.
And definitely, in the future we could probably expand further. Because I know we on the time limit right now.
Yeah, 100%.
But appreciate you for tapping in, coming
Appreciate you
on
for
the
having me
pod.
on.
And this is a dope one, bro.
Absolutely, man. So go ahead, tell the people where they can find you, man.
They can find me on Instagram at REAL Melanin King. If you want to tap in, you need help with your social media, type in social Mize, M-I-Z-E, and my team and I will help you out.
Nice.
Or you can find me on YouTube as well too as Real Melanin King as well.
Okay. All right, cool. So tap in, y'all. With that being said, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Yeah.